This is Noel Tate, one half of the Velvet Drapes from Trapped in a World, the Howard the Duck podcast, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
This is D.G. Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Shameless.
Hello, kids. That's right. It's time for your favorite show again, the Capes and Lunatics. Hello. Welcome back. Anyway, Damn. Poor men of Florida. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that go-go dancer from New Jersey. It is
Charlie, the Professor Esser, SPHR.
And Miss Take No Prisoners in Florida. It is
Florida woman herself, Lil Hellfire. Signing on.
You know who I am.
What episode number is
And who's
this?
coming at us from Philadelphia there? Yeah.
If you mean Pittsburgh, that would be Phil Podcast Perich.
Yes. Okay.
You were here. You've been here.
That's from Pittsburgh. Come on.
I don't know.
Everybody knows
You've been in this
Podcast.
room. Oh my god.
I've been in lots of rooms, Phil.
I you know what? I'm starting to think Moz is his chauffeur.
I'm just saying, I am celebrating today.
He's
So
the chaperone. We thought it was the other way around.
Take me to Phil. Moz in a little
no,
drive.
actually, I don't think Maz knows how to drive.
Whoa! Moz
I don't know if he does.
Well, he's
Or maybe he knows how to drive, but I think I always drive. I don't know. I can't remember if I ever had him drive when we were driving.
Sounds like a plan. Have a good night.
Tri-state area friends.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, he lives on Staten Island, and most people on Staten Island drive, but that is part of New York still, so you don't necessarily have to. And it may be that he can drive, he just doesn't drive that much,
I'll have to cut this out.
I don't know, it's like...
Parking cars.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Trust me, I was in New York today, and yeah, it is a hassle. Even with ample parking, like in Queens.
I'll have to cut this out and send it to him. Welcome to the Mozman Zord podcast.
You could do a whole podcast with me.
Oh, I know. I know you could do it, I know.
It's legally admissible evidence.
Absolutely, Maz.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, so...
Phil, you said you had some results or something?
That's right. Before we get to our top...
Lil left a note for me.
Before we get to our big topic, turn your mic up. Before we get to our big topic, all right, kids. If you may have heard a few days ago when we did the draft for the superhero movie reviews we're going to be doing on Patreon, and we decided to start with the Marvel movies. We came up with a list of 12, asked our patrons and social media to whittle that down to half to 6. So I have the results. All right, The movie that got the majority of votes, that got 6 votes, is Captain America with Matt Salinger from 1990.
It's a classic.
Got the most votes. Yep.
That's J.D. Salinger's son,
Oh.
Got some real literary cred there.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that got 6 votes, and then second place coming in with 4 votes, ironically, Fantastic Four from 2015.
I'm sorry. No, you mean Fanfourstick.
Whoa! Keep that 4 stick.
Fanfourstick. It's because the 4 is in the middle after the T, so it's Fanfourstick.
Talk about fancy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Talk about putting...
Yeah, that's a good one.
4 in the middle, talking about putting lipstick on a pig. All right, so that's number 2. All right, number 3. We had a tie for the third spot, so that will be 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All right, and so with 3 votes apiece in no particular order, Elektra, Blade Trinity, and X-Men Apocalypse.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that of that group, Blade Trinity is the most watchable.
I'd probably agree with that.
It's got Ryan Reynolds in it, man. And anything with Ryan Reynolds in it is infinitely more watchable because Ryan Reynolds is in it.
I'm waiting for the drop, Lilith. Ryan Reynolds can get it.
I'm just saying that was the deal he made with the devil. And, just make me watchable.
I'll sell you my soul just to help me fix what happened in X-Men X-Men.
He sold the cheekbones.
Oh, the cheekbones, yes. And he sold his soul to get out of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Help me fix it.
Sold his soul to get out of Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place.
Oh.
But that's how the devil tricked him. He just got him out of the pizza place. Because that's what the devil does.
All right, so there's 5 movies. And for the last one, there was another tie, which I threw to our patrons who broke the tie. So the tie for the last place was Ghost Rider, Hulk, or Howard the Duck. And, like I said, our patrons broke the tie. So the 6th movie will be Howard the Duck.
It was hard fought, but it was well deserved.
I know, I was kind of hoping for Hulk, but yeah, two of 3 patrons picked Howard the Duck, so.
I'm going to say this about Ang Lee's Hulk. It's stylistic. That was what it had going for it. And that was at a time where stylistic was not as popular. I mean, granted, yes, you could say that they did that with Creepshow, back in, 20 years earlier. But still, using the comic panel framing, that was new for fancy films.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, hard fought victory. But I'm pleased with our group of contenders. I'm interested to see who they're going up against. Because remember, I do think that one of these will be going up against some of the indie blocks that we'll be setting up as well.
Well, I figure by the end it'll be what? We'll have one Marvel winner, one DC winner, and one indie winner. So they're all going to be clashing. So.
Well, no, we should have one. I mean, really, either Marvel or DC will get knocked out of it, or the indie will get knocked out of it, and it'll just be who's ever left.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's going to come down to 2 movies. So yeah,
it comes down to 2. So we got the 3 groups. You're going to have some fighting between Marvel and DC, and and the indie groups when we break up what the actual stats are going to be.
I don't know, Charlie. Just remember, it's for the worst movie, and some of those DC movies suck pretty hard. So,
yeah, well, but again, the indies are indies for a reason, my friend.
I know. So yeah, we'll just have to.
We allowed Puma Man in there, so.
Yeah, so we'll have to figure out, right now which Marvel movies go against which Marvel movies. We can talk about that later, but I think we should keep the results private, at least for the year, so people have to pay for the Patreon to find out the results.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I want to get ourselves a little down, and then we'll do our matchups. We can show everyone the matchups, and then if they want to find out how the matchups are going, they can pay their nickel and or $1 or $5 and find out.
Got to pay at least $3 to get to any audio, so better pay $3.
There we go. So $3 measly dollars a month, and you get not just this, but all the audio, including topless movie reviews
and uncensored. Yes,
uncensored topless movie reviews. Cool. There's no black bar. There's nothing.
That's what a girl wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get them full.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Exactly. All right.
So
that was fun.
Yes. All right. So should we get to our topic as decreed by the Queen herself?
I mean, there was nothing else to talk about. Was there something else you guys wanted to talk about?
No.
Feel free.
No.
Nah, there's always something to talk about, but this is interesting because it is an interesting tale from the business world. Lilith, do you want to tell us the tale? You want Phil to You want me, who has not read the article, to just go off on a nut and a rant for five hours about this is an outrage and how dare
because he will.
Yeah. So what's going on?
The topic.
Well, it seems the CW network is up for sale. I guess Warner's is going to let that go, or
yeah, they're
going to retain minorities. Did nobody read the damn article? They're going to retain minority stakes, with Nexstar more than likely becoming the majority stakeholder. Nexstar is basically the equivalent of like WGN and TBS. They're like pretty much a powerhouse superstation that carries the CW in multiple different affiliates.
You see,
Okay,
but see that means that's Svengoolie. That is that whole MeTV group. Maybe I'm guessing. You know,
those are separate groups, but very similar.
Yeah, but I think they have some. They got to have some tie-in because I know Svengoolie was a WGN property for a while, and for what it's worth, Svengoolie beloved in the Warner's catalog, even though he plays most Universal monster films.
So what does this bode for the Arrowverse?
Well, I definitely think that this.
Oh.
Yeah, they got new stuff starting soon. Hey, you
mean the verse? The verse.
The chopping block.
Yeah, the shows. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because obviously Legends will go forever, and that is technically the Arrowverse.
Flash is gonna go.
It's nothing but Arrowverse's discards. What are we talking about?
Oh, but
it's what's left.
We can't find a show for each of you individually. So here, share a show.
Hey, they're happy to have the work.
Burn.
They even let the other guy come back who's not Constantine, so he's happy. Not Constantine is very happy to have work. I don't have to be Constantine, and I get to work. That's everything I want in life.
Oh, but guess what starts on Tuesday, Charlie Esser?
Robin, the series?
No. Naomi.
Oh, Naomi! Now, that's a good question. Where's Naomi fall in this? Is she within that Arrowverse proprietary universe? Because, so right now Supergirl and Superman are in the Arrowverse, right?
Well, the Supergirl
says they're in the Flash.
HBO Max has Lois and Superman though, so if that gets taken off CW, that's going to go straight to HBO Max.
Yeah, but that's all part of the same Berlanti verse, is what I'm saying.
No. Well, just because Berlanti is a producer, Titans is actually separate from the Arrowverse.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying
he is still a producer over there.
Superman and Lois is tied to Supergirl.
Well,
it's tied to the Flash.
Well, you know what?
Is tied to the Arrowverse.
But not really.
Those characters were in other shows, but the actual Superman and Lois show, the only real crossover they did is they had Diggle on there for an episode, but and Supergirl's over, so
I'm just saying, but they're officially in existence in these universes, and for what it's worth, the Naomi story, if it follows anything like the comics, is about humans in the flyover countries. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we get some nice Powerless references there about flyover countries?
Here we go.
Because gone too soon.
You may be uncancelable, but Powerless wasn't.
I'm uncancelable. It still lives on Tubi, and I'm grateful for that.
But no, I think Lilith, so if anything gets taken off of CW and put on HBO Max, it would probably be Superman and Lois, Stargirl, and Naomi, correct?
I don't know about Naomi. I haven't really checked the deal on that one.
Okay.
Consider that Michael Bendis actually isn't involved and they gave him Legion of Superheroes animated show. Seems a little sketch, so I'm not sure about that. I'd have to kind of do a deep dive on that one.
Yeah. Well, whatever they're going to do. So here's what I'll say. So when you talk about the CW, now, does the CW actually own any stations? Or is the CW a licensed product, not dissimilar from MeTV, which is that, a small wattage station pays CW for content, and that just gives them their evening blocks. But that during the day they can run other things. Yeah, so that's
although I think technically it has to be either a WB or a CBS product like Big Bang or something like, or How I Met Your Mother, something like that before, like that 6 to 8 slot they have to run something like that. But before that, they can run whatever they want.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing is, I think that when you go into that model, because that's different.
That's
than
the Fox model, first and foremost.
Well, I mean, Fox actually owned stations,
yeah,
but that was the thing is that Fox eventually owned stations because that got to be a
and
whole
the CW
thing.
just didn't make it that long to do it.
Yeah, well, I think they never wanted to. That was the thing. I think that basically the idea.
No, they haven't turned a profit since 2006. They couldn't do it.
Well,
they were always wanting to do 7-day-a-week programming. They couldn't do it.
You mean even at the height of the Arrowverse, they weren't prominent?
CW is a thing I know a thing or two about. Just thank God. I'm so ready for it to be over. I know Viacom is too, because they can never get a good show going on that station.
Oh wait, so you think it's done? If someone buys it, it's done.
Well, no, I think though it's going to be like MeTV. It's just going to be old stuff.
But
constantly.
But the Arrowverse is just going to be done.
Arrow is their first and their primary streaming stuff is all with Netflix until like 2026.
Oh, okay.
So they can't even show those reruns. So
I think they can show the reruns.
TNT better hold on to those Supernatural rights for all dear life. That's all I know. HBO Max is chomping at the bit.
I mean, I don't know if they still do, but wasn't TNT or somebody showing like Arrow reruns for a while?
They don't do that anymore, do they?
I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know if they. I know they were for a while. I don't know if they still do or not.
I can't imagine any company.
The ratings probably weren't very good.
Yeah, I can't imagine any company doing an exclusive streaming deal that does not allow them to sell rerun rights, especially on any new show. Because like Friends is on Netflix.
Well, they did that way back when. This is like a deal from 10 years ago.
Well,
stuff. So.
Yeah, I think they still have rerun rights. It's just not streaming rights. So you can do exclusive to streaming, but not for like if you just want to.
What's the reruns of those shows? Nobody.
Yeah, but do all those deals change too if the thing gets sold though?
No. Deals tend to.
I think they have to wait out the contracts to renegotiate.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there may be some kind of ways to buy out at that time, so that as an example. If someone bought something and it's not making the profits they thought it was, and then the parent company gets sold, then they can come and try to get out of their contract. But usually,
here's the whole thing: they're definitely trying to get out of that contract because of the Discovery merger, which is just going to be absolutely a historic clusterfuck, where all the axes are going to come swinging down, worse than the AT&T thing. So it's. I feel bad that the employees had to find out in a memo, and some of them found out on the internet, as is per usual these days. It's just kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for the loyal employees. That's all. That's it.
Showbiz, man. Showbiz. It's, it's unfortunate, but, when, the advantage of a gigantic mega corporation is they get to put out lots of content. The downside is that putting out a lot of content means that every so often you have to scrap everything, Well,
and the gag is that they haven't been profitable since they merged. Everybody loves, like all the black shows, they were turning a profit. They merged and all of a sudden they're not making a profit. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I find it very interesting. That's the karma. That's the business karma.
And to be fair, I mean, I think that's a very good encapsulation of what went wrong. I mean, it's a very, you had these, niche audiences. You had these, and not really niche, but, 20% of the country. It's, it's not the majority, but it's a good number of people in this country. And, and if you can speak to them and then get crossover, that really works well for you. And you can build from that crossover. And I think the problem is that once they merged with, really what I think it is once they merged with UPN, I think UPN just started doing much more UPN shows.
CBS brought them all the way down 100%. I've been a firm believer in that.
And I think that is the problem there is that I think the WB had real legs. In the long term, I think the WB was a real.
They bought, but see, the thing with the WB is that the only thing they had going for them was Charmed, Supernatural, Buffy.
Yeah, these are all really good things, though.
Buffy was over on UPN by then, so.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
I don't know. I always thought it was a bad business.
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, and what I'm saying is, I think Warner's got the fuzzy end of the lollipop, as Marilyn Monroe would say. I think that, quite frankly, UPN was struggling because they had Star Trek and very little else.
And Enterprise.
And I love Star Trek, but you can't build,
Enterprise.
You can't build
You can't build a network around Enterprise. Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, you can't build it. Yeah, I mean, you can't build a network off of one.
Well, back in the day, you could. They just never updated the business model. And where CW really,
I don't think you could. That's the thing.
The women. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I don't think you ever could build it off of just one thing. I mean, even like you had lots of different types of when 50 sitcoms was what everyone made in the 50s. You had lots of different types of 50 sitcoms, and you had lots of different types of stories you were telling. And, it's this idea that you have to have this expanded universe. You have to and not just an expanded universe, but you have to have more than one thing in it. If you just had Star Wars or you just had comic book characters, you couldn't have Disney Plus. But you bring all this stuff together, that's how you build out a much larger footprint. But if everything you do is just like, well, we'll do another Star Trek show and we'll have Star Trek on 5 nights a week, eventually people are going to be like, I've seen a lot of Star Trek already. I kind of, unless you're doing Starfleet legal and Starfleet crime scene investigations, you're going to run into a wall. Because you need your murder shows and you need your other kinds of shows. You can't just have, every so often one of the shows will be a murder show, and every so often one of the shows will be a comedy show, and every so often one of the shows will be this. No, you need places people can come on a regular basis to see the kinds of shows they want to see. And they can't be reliant, they can't all be reliant on lore. That's all I'm saying, man. You need...
Okay, so here's the question then. Lilith, you said they haven't turned a profit since 2006, right? So, first couple seasons of Smallville made a profit.
I don't know if you guys obviously aren't very familiar with the CW.
But I'm just saying, so small.
It went 10 seasons. It went too long.
But I'm saying they made a profit until the merger, and then it just was all downhill.
Yeah,
well,
that's what it seems like.
Well, then
has the CW only been with us since 2006?
No, I think it was a little bit before that or something. I can't remember. 2005. It might have been 2005. I feel like.
So you're saying that CW has been with us, and then in 2006 the CW stopped making a profit.
They might.
That's what they said.
They might have had one good year. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Arrow. I mean, they had like merchandise and stuff, but like actual shows, like being worth it to produce and stuff, it's just kind of And I think that the pointing of events was when they switched their marketing from being the network that was for women 18 to 36, and then here comes the Arrowverse. That was the really big turning space, and they're just like. Arrow did good, Flash did good for a while, and then it just all really started. Because they do the same formula. Even Supergirl, like I said, Supergirl was just Felicity with superpowers. Every show's the same, with the exception of like Jane the Virgin, which was a CBS show. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend was a CBS show. I think Walker, the reboot, which is the highest rated show on the network right now, which I'm not saying much. Whoa. CBS show. The only thing that was different, that was getting different, was the CBS shows. Rain, Beauty and the Beast, everything was super, super different when it was CBS, and that's why they could never really get a good show. And I think that's really the underlying problem, is that CBS Viacom never got a profitable show that lasted for more than 4 seasons with really good ratings, like ever. Because they were going against the grain on that formula.
Yeah.
So they started taking their marketing money back, and every year got smaller and smaller because none of their shows are seeing a profit.
Seems like they try to milk shows for as long as they can. Supernatural.
I would say bring back Gossip Girl, but they already rebooted on HBO Max and it's trash.
I mean, they bring back everything nowadays, though.
No, I'm just saying, not for nothing, that they learned that the woman market 18 to 36 very profitable.
Well, yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, that is half the population.
Point,
I mean,
Yeah, but that's the only show that specifically was like, that was their motto, that was their goal, was that those were the shows that were dedicated to that, and no other network did that.
Well, yeah, but you can't make a whole, as I said, you can't make a whole network.
Well, they did, and they learned that it was a mistake to go into superhero business. Period. Is the point that I'm making. Can't switch horses in midstream and expect people to stick around.
Well, what I'm saying is you just don't go into one business. You can, you could have a thing where it's like, oh, here's the women 18 to 36 shows, and here's the superhero shows, and here's a superhero for a woman 18 to 36, and here's the black superheroes, and there's this, and there's the, you can do everybody, and that's how you build a network. If you try to focus too much on one thing,
it didn't work. Is the point I'm making?
I know that's the point you're making.
It didn't work.
I mean, you are both right. You both are right, because it's like Charlie is saying, we could have superheroes 1 or 2 nights a week, but at one point, remember, the Arrowverse was what, 4 nights a week?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Yeah,
I stopped watching. I didn't care.
They tried to milk it too much. Yeah, they were just like, oh, hey, that's popular. Let's put one on every night.
Yeah,
and then sometimes 2 a night. Like, come on.
Yeah, I liked it when they just did one a night, not this 2 jazz.
Yeah,
I liked it when it was only Arrow. Arrow was special.
Arrow and Flash, come on.
Still don't like Arrow.
No, I said what I said.
Oh, come on.
That's your business. That's your prerogative. Either the girls that get it, and the girls that don't.
Oh, Amel's abs. Okay, I get it.
I make no apologies for what I like.
Amel's
it's
abs.
fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
Shirtless Amel. Okay.
But that is why CW is being sold. That is why this is being spun off, because at the end of the day, they don't know what they want to be, and they don't want to invest in being better.
So does this?
And if there's anything that you can say about everything that ever falls apart, it's usually because of that factor. They don't know what they want to be, and they don't want to invest in.
I'll go to the old internet line. Go get woke, go broke. And I kind of agree on this one.
I mean, I don't even.
They tried too hard, and it felt everybody saw it for what.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe that's the point. Is that if you're going to be woke, be woke. If you're going to say, "Hey, I'm awake," then maybe you're just trying too hard. Nobody likes to try hard.
Batwoman, Supergirl, all seasons of Legends, post season 4. It's try hard and it's cringy. And
I don't know. I find Legends to be a delightful.
I like Legends, but it's not what it used to be.
Well, no, because it used to be bad. It used to be a bad show about.
Only season 1 was bad. I'm sorry. Because they didn't know what they wanted it to be, and once they realized what the fans wanted and started catering to the fans, it became a better show.
Yeah, well, exactly. And what the fans wanted was.
Then they got woke.
Smoke the doobie. I don't think it's here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think it's ever woke. I think it's just campy, nonsensical fun, and I think that's what people who do enjoy Legends like about it. I think that if you do a show that's campy, nonsensical fun, that's the thing. But not 5 nights a week. That's the thing. You can do that. And
I don't know. CBS lives its life. No, NBC lives its life on freaking SVU Law and Order universe. I don't know. The Dick Wolf.
Oh yeah, but those aren't first of those. Yeah, I mean.
Ooh, there's one that's a firefighter. Ooh, there's one that's a medical show. But it's all rape and murder. I'll tell you that.
There's a drop.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to necessarily argue with you on that point. Although you got to admit, again, talking about women 18 to 36 to 40 to 50, women like to see people get murdered.
Whoa!
I don't know why. It's a mystery.
That's what it's
No, I'll tell you why. We look for the warning signs and how to defend ourselves. That's why we're so invested. Okay? We gotta protect ourselves. We gotta know what's going on. The red flags, the warning signs. And heaven forbid the worst happen, how to dispose of a body.
Give your wife something. I'm just saying.
You got Snap. You got that Dateline show.
I'm just saying, ladies love murder. That's all I'm saying.
Informative murder porn. Yes. South Park has
Give your wife something.
Yes.
Anyway.
But on that note, I'm not sad to see the CW go. It's been a long time coming. So I'm just sad for the employees. But they'll land elsewhere. It'll go on in some kind of weird form. And HBO Max will pick up all the shows worth picking up.
So is this a bad sign for DC Comics?
I think with this DC Discovery merger, heads are going to roll somewhere. We're expecting another bloodbath any month now. I mean, the deal goes live in 3 months.
I mean, did you see that link I sent you like an hour ago? It's every DC book coming up this week, this coming week is either Batman or Batman related. Like a Harley Quinn or something. So
they'll get it. They'll get it when they get it. I mean, if something needs to burn to the ground to be rebuilt, that's fine with me. It's been a long time coming for DC Comics.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna innovate, if you ain't gonna poop, get off the pot. That's all I have to say about it at this point with DC.
We saw it coming, but yeah, this week everything is going to be Batman or Batman related.
What the F?
Be sure to listen to We Are the Night, the moon.
Oh! How dare you! How dare you! Ray's worked his magic on you. How do you do that? Conchie.
I was just listening, actually.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
All right, so should we get... Yes, call.
Oh, somebody get that meme of Grant resting over the grave and put CW on the name now.
Yes!
I need that meme!
I'll create it myself if I have to.
Phil's Comics Corner.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Oh, good thing I know snapping over to CW.
So speaking of DC, do you want to know what was a really good DC book I picked up this week?
What is that?
Is it a book from this week?
Let me guess. One Star Squadron?
No. Oh,
nope.
Although we talked about One Star Squadron, didn't we?
Yeah, but I thought the second one was out this week, I thought.
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it when I was there. I got a lot of books this week, so.
Yeah, number 2 is out this week.
Okay, I will pick that up next week. I will read it. And then I will probably put it on my pull list because this week, Suicide Squad showed up.
Ambush Bug.
The entire book narrated by Ambush Bug. It is beautiful. It is perfect. It is, it is a book for me. It is wonderful and delightful, and I enjoy it. They fight the Retaliators on Earth. I think they said Earth 8. And so Ambush Bug gives all of his little things, and they have a character here who's very violent and starts killing people, but then when the Avengers get knocked away, the Retaliators get knocked away, who should come to be the criminals that handle the dirty work? It's the Lightning Strikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's cool. But what I'm most excited about is there's this guy, Blood Pouch.
Whoa!
Clearly Deadpool.
Come again?
Which means we may just get our Deadpool Ambush Bug crossover.
Out of the pouch. Boing.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I am very excited about all of this. This is going to be fun. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I love Ambush Bug and all he does. He's great. He's the best thing DC Comics owns. Best bit of intellectual property that they've never really grown or utilized, and that is their failing. I'll be honest with you. That is their failing.
That's an interesting artistic choice.
But that's DC Suicide Squad number 11 versus Earth 8's Mightiest Heroes, the Retaliators.
All right, Lilith Hellfire.
That's a good thing DC made.
Oh! All right, Lilith, hit us up.
It was a small week for me.
That's what she said.
There was a number 1 that I read. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. It was by Image. And Philip, I do not want this as a drop. I swear to God, I will come up there, punch you, and leave. It's Monkey Meat number 1.
Damn you.
Grow up, Philip.
Why would that be a drop?
Yeah, Lilith, why would that be a drop, you dirty pervert?
Sure. It's an anthology series. It's written by Junie Ba. It's weird and wacky. It gives you very much like old Hanna-Barbera, but with like an anime twist kind of style, if you can picture that. So, I mean, I'm not trying to get invested in a world too heavily anymore these days. So anthology series work for me. Just jump from, each issue is going to be different characters. So I'll give it a chance.
Sounds interesting.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I appreciate you trying to be a grown-up, Philly podcast.
Hey, I'm mature. You hear that revival's coming this year?
Again?
I just hope that they're all like middle-aged now.
I think it said that. I think they are going to be like grown up.
I hope Fire comes back and kills them, honestly. Sorry.
Fire! Alright, speaking of ever-expanding worlds, Lilith, did you read Spawn 325?
Of course.
Of course.
How can I pick up an image issue and not go grab my Spawn too, you know?
So, it's hard to believe.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still excited. It's okay.
I mean, there's good issues, and then every so often it feels like, I mean, especially this, I mean, the main Spawn book now almost seems like set up sometimes because you got King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn. I guess Scorched is coming soon.
Gunslinger Spawn is the best.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm enjoying that the most so far.
Yes. Heck yeah. Excellent pick. But, so I guess Scorched is coming soon, because it wasn't supposed to be out in, like, December or something, which I guess is going to be the team book, like, all of them. Yeah.
Holiday delays, it's fine.
Yeah.
Blame UPS, who cares?
I mean, is McFarlane trying to grow this thing too fast again, or is this the right time to throw out multiple
I
Spawn
think
books?
it's long overdue, and I want more merch, and I want my movie, and I want another animated show, and the only way to do that is to saturate the zeitgeist. You gotta overcome your Spider-Mans and your Batmans, so be in front and center in front of the comic book people's faces all the time with new stuff. Like, hey, what's this? More Spawn? Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't see.
Can't be worse than what Batman's doing right now.
Oh, how dare you?
I don't know. See that
I love Batman.
That's an interesting question about market saturation, and whether or not you need a Batmite to get market saturation, whether or not you need to have versions of your characters that can go beyond a single note to be. Do you need Spawn Baby? Do you need Baby Spawn? Do you need to go completely?
You need little weight.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think that if there's anything that's missing from that universe, it is a diversity of things in that universe. It's like I said.
He agrees with you. Bring back Batmite.
And
hello, Justin.
I'm just saying, I think it's helpful when you have more than one thing, and like I said, it's shocked me that we've never had a sitcom based in the Star Trek universe, and it's a little bit disturbing to me when you think about the fact that you really could do that very easily, but no one's ever thought to just make something that's just wacky and sci-fi, but based in that in the established lore of a Star Trek universe.
I mean, you can do any kind of
Boys from Outer Space.
Or no,
but that's not based in the lore of it. And hey, for what it's worth, that's one thing. Although that was, that was what it was, and I'm not going to judge it too harshly. That's the thing. It's like you'll get sci-fi comedies, but you never have and that's sort of like a thing that I find with like genre properties. It's like Marvel Comics will have books that just run that gamut from dark to light to silly to fun to completely campy to completely, mind-effery. And that, I think, is what makes you build a brand. That diversity of story to tell. Because even if you find that murder shows are selling well this year, and you're going to do 10 murder shows, you're still going to make sure you have some stupid sitcoms on there, too. Because, you know what? People like to watch sitcoms, too.
You could easily do a Star Trek sitcom. It's like, what are people doing on Earth in the 24th century? If you're not Starfleet.
They're playing baseball.
And to be fair, that's what the Orville kind of is, and that's why the Orville was. I think the Orville filled a niche for people that was so needed in that Star Trek universe that no one ever got and did well. So, I think that's sort of where we find ourselves today.
Viacom takes the property too seriously. We're just now getting like actual animated comedy shows within the Star Trek universe. So, I mean, it's been how many years now? How many decades?
Oh, yeah. And
even the original animated show was kind of very serious, And
and here's the thing. This is how new it is. I love Lower Decks. Lower Decks. There's a reality show called Below Decks. No, they don't have another. No, the Prodigy isn't. Prodigy is a kid show, which is a good show too. By the way, I do like Prodigy.
And I think don't they? I mean, I think it's on Paramount, but it's like
that's the one Janeway was on.
Yeah, and I think
it's the emergency. It's the training hologram that's modeled after the character of the great Captain Janeway.
When in doubt, F stuff up. Woo!
And
Although to be fair, that's the Cisco model as well.
And it's all Paramount, but isn't it like a Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah, it's a Nickelodeon.
Well, they own Paramount. Owns Nickelodeon too. So
yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
It's part of the whole family.
Viacom family. And
but that's the thing. So like, just now we're getting this stuff, and it's like you've had this stuff for years. Although to be fair, and I'll say this again, at my first Star Trek convention, when Braga was there, they said, "Who wants to just see a sitcom about Ferengi?" And everyone just cheered because that's what everyone wanted: a sitcom about wacky Ferengi. And they're
as long as he didn't dress up as a woman again, we'll all forget that and let that be.
I'm just saying there's been a desire for comedy in the Star Trek universe for years. That even you can even say that the Star Wars universe already did comedy.
The holiday special, absolutely.
With the holiday special, and then all of the Lego adaptations, which always have a delightful sense of comedy. The Star Wars holiday special, the Lego.
You're saying Star Trek needs a Lego movie? Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, really, Lego has saved so many properties because and you know what it does is it gets kids interested, and that is the hardest thing in the world of genre programming. Is how do you get the net? Because old people are going to die eventually.
Oh yeah, especially these days.
No, that's why we're doing cryogenics now.
We are nowhere near that. Unless you're getting the whatever injections in your pituitary gland, it's like and who can afford that, Lilith?
Two people, Bezos and Elon, have fun with each other.
In the that is to be some very sad porn.
What?
Next book, Philip.
Well, I threw out Spawn, so we're up to the Charlie Esser again.
Oh, it's me again. Okay. Do you want one of my indies?
Whatever you want to throw out, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's talk. Okay. Here, let's talk. This was actually from last week. But it is rising in my delightfulness. Impossible Jones.
No.
And it's a very interesting superhero parody from the perspective of a villain that gains superpowers and starts to masquerade as a superhero. It's very interesting how it all plays out. And when we get like her established status and then the previous status, which is her origin, and we get mostly all back to the origin in this one, where she has realized that now she has that basic, I can manipulate my body structure, powers, and her clothes and all that stuff. She's kind of like Plastic Man, I think. Maybe a little closer to Mr. Fantastic, but it is very interesting. You see, she does change her outfit.
Elongated man, gotcha.
Well, because she can change her outfit too, and repeatedly she alters the molecular nature of her outfit. So, and basically everyone thinks she's dead because she's disappeared for 3 days.
And everything. She's a dream woman.
Yes. Well, speaking of pockets, my friend, the thing that she was actually sent there to steal, it's holes in space. Just pockets you can put on anything. So that's gonna come back. And Impossible Jones, she is looking to figure out who set her up. She goes and meets what they call the monster, or is it? Is he the monster? No, the monster was the guy who sent them on this. But this guy, who doesn't know how to work, he's basically a thug, and they do a nice little bit here where he doesn't know how to use his microwave. He says, "Hey, I'm," because he's basically a refugee from another planet. And he's like, "Hey, I was militia. I wasn't Science Corps. Everyone sees the pointy ears. They all think we're Mr. Spock, but I know how to shoot people, and that's his thing." And really, goes to talk to the lady who was the brains behind the outfits to see if she set them up, but realizes she's not the one who set her up. And then we get, and I don't know if this guy's a hero or a villain, but our last scene is the Saint of Knives, who throws a knife at Impossible Jones and really annoys her because she's bulletproof, but she's not knife-proof, which for anyone who knows anything about bulletproof stuff knows that actually that is very true, because bullets flatten and knives don't. And then we get the backup here with Mark questioning about Persephone, who's like the hereditary, protector of New Hope City, and all the questions that Mark Question has about her. So it's got a lot. It's 2 issues in, and there's a lot of fun lore already. So I really like Impossible Jones #2.
Lil.
Cool, sounds fun. I want to save the best 2 DC stories for our JSA JLA podcast. So
okay,
I did think that Justice Incarnate was the best DC story.
Okay,
this week. But did you pick up World of Krypton #2?
No, I did not. Did you?
It gives you some fuzzy feelings, but I don't think I'll be picking it up. I shan't be picking it up again.
Oh,
I'm out on Superman. I'm just out.
I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of the origin every 2 to 3 years.
God, yes. It's like, bro, I watched Smallville for 10 years. I don't have time for blue balls on that anymore.
Wow, it's like everyone knows it. I mean, yeah, there's subtle changes every time.
Are they still changing his origin? Or are they just doing a re-origin story? Or are they just
when you're bored and lazy, what do you do? Ooh, let's do an origin story.
Because you can just put that on the inside cover. You can put strange visitor from another planet.
Everyone wants to do their take. Next thing you know, those pearls are going to be hitting that street again.
Oh.
We're already getting the Batman movie,
Oh, I know. There's going to be so many.
No, they're not even going to have the death of the Wayne. They're going to do the Spider-Man model. We're not even going to talk about who died.
I think it's literally mandatory that you have to.
No, I don't think. I think. I
literally think it's a law in the freaking Warner Brothers studio life. You're doing it back, even if it's in somebody else's movie. You gotta show it.
He's gonna wake up.
They never did it in the 1960s Batman movie. They mention it. They make it clear why he started his war against crime, but they never show it.
Well, they're gonna show it.
Well,
thank you.
Sometimes tell don't show. I'm just gonna say that. Tell
doesn't know. Oh, sweetie, no.
Look,
it's DC we're talking about.
I want to believe in better artists doing better things.
Look, listen, I don't hope for anything. I set my bar very low and they still disappoint me. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody was trying to sneak it in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't
if I was a bigger fan, I might argue with you, but I'm not, so I can't. So.
Exactly. Pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns. DC fans are realists for the most part, except for those Snyderverse sycophants.
Oh, I know. They're still.
I don't know where they came from. But they can go wherever the hell they came from.
They're still screaming for bringing back the Snyderverse. Meanwhile, it's like Affleck's done with it. You don't want to do it anymore. And I think isn't Henry Cavill out? And it's just like, dude, half of those people are gone already, and they're still crying for their Snyderverse.
Doom Patrol
is just crying for his.
Whoa!
Yeah. Whoa! They're riding that mustache pretty long and hard here at this point. So
you never forget your first mustache.
Whoa!
Eyebrows.
Last mustache standing, Charlie Esser.
I'm uncancelable.
Green screen my mustache away.
I'm uncancelable. Hey, I'm still here, man.
All right. It seems like it's been a while since we got an issue of this. Black Widow 13 by friend of the show, Kelly Thompson.
Oh,
that was my favorite Marvel book this week for sure. Right up there with Elektra. I think it's a tie.
Yeah, it was a flashback that giving us her first fight with this new villain, but I like it. It's really good. It's just this big fight in Madripoor, and I love just the details.
Exactly.
It's a flashback, so she's wearing that 90s costume and everything. And
does she have the short hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her with the short hair.
Yeah.
You don't know about the Bob? Sorry.
That's when she and Steve were kind of a thing, and her and Matt were kind of a thing, and she had a couple of things. She
was kind of the Scarlet Spider, the Scarlet Witch of the Scarlet Witch.
She had a couple of. Hey, she's a lady in New York City in the 90s.
That was your original.
Worked with a lot of big beefy superheroes. What are you gonna do?
Hey,
you gonna judge her for that? I ain't judging her. Exactly.
But man, she could have done better.
Oh, so,
he's got that wounded puppy dog thing.
True. Tapping my way downtown.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Oh, and as Justin,
I do declare, good sir.
She also got in Tony's iron pants. Who hasn't Tony Stark?
Those pants are very loose.
Oh, I mean, come on, who hasn't Tony Stark slept with? Okay, so Black Widow, She-Hulk, Gamora.
He's basically the Oliver Queen of the universe.
Oh, he's worse than Oliver Queen. The man is a walking STD. If that Infinity Gauntlet hadn't finished him off, some venereal disease would have.
I mean, to
Their
be
name's
fair.
Pepper Potts.
Oh!
Well, that's always that question.
It sucks. Come on.
Well, she's all we got now. But that's okay, because she's just going to be... You know what? She's going to be... Well, that's an interesting question after No Way Home. It's like, is like the next... with the government seizing of Stark technology and Stark assets, things could get crazy.
Well, that's
on our bomb!
You know what? That's what I was thinking. Because it's like, Armor Wars is coming. The spell, no one knows who Peter is. What did he do with that Stark tech he had in that suit? Because he makes himself just like a regular suit like we wanted. But it's like, what did he do with that Stark tech?
Burned it. Like an idiot. Gave it to the Vulture, who took it to Morbius.
No,
That's
well, actually, what I'm going to tell you, probably, you want the hard truth of it is probably that tech is really high maintenance.
Probably, yeah,
because it's all nanotech, and nanotech. Here's the thing: like nanotech sounds great when you have an arc reactor powering its like self-replicating cycle, but like after a while, it just becomes like a little piece of carbon, and it just sits there, until you can have like a neural net.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, it's. I'm just gonna say it's a little problematic, but yeah. I mean, and I think maybe he just wanted to get beyond, or maybe he's still got some nanotech in it. And for what it's worth, it may be a fake leak, but there was a leak of a new Marvel Studios poster showing like the next phase of Marvel, and it's got like Thor's got like some kind of weird Thanos-looking costume, and they've got Jane Foster Thor in it, and they got Peter in the Iron Spider suit again. So,
wishful thinking, my friends.
Well, as people have pointed out, all the superheroes still know about Spider-Man.
Yeah, they just don't know who's Peter. Yeah.
Yeah. So Pepper Potts knows Spider-Man. What's his name? Happy Hogan knows Spider-Man. Everybody knows Spider-Man, and now, but no one knows Peter, exactly. So, Spider-Man could show up.
Peter.
And he can do the flip. I said, well, okay.
He can be the CGI. They'll give him the old Robert Downey Jr.
Like, crawl around on the ceiling. Prove you're Spider-Man. How do I prove I'm Spider-Man? Get the cobweb while you're up there.
Oh.
So, did you read Elektra Black, White, and Blood #1?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
How do we feel?
I mean, I liked it. I mean, that first...
I like the theme. It fits very well.
Yeah, I mean, the first story was a little weird, but I mean, I liked it. I figured we'd go into in more detail next week on DW. But yeah, no, I mean...
Yes, of course.
I like you said, I like the theme. The first one with the vampires was kind of weird, but it was Bagley art, so I was like, okay, well, here.
Exactly. It's like, I'll allow it just this one time.
Bagley art?
Yeah, Mark Bagley.
Oh. When you said Bagley art. Oh, Bagley art.
Bagley.
Yeah. No, I thought you said Bagley art.
That's Bagley.
No, you said Bagley art. We said Bagley art. But I heard Bagley art. And I thought, oh wait, vampire stuff, but it's Bagley art. It's like, oh, is there a vampire named Bagley art?
What do you think, Charlie Ether? I floor my words?
I'm just saying, your thick Pittsburgh accent is so hard to understand.
Yins can't understand what I'm talking about.
Normal like us in Jersey.
Yins can't understand what I'm saying. Get them hoagies out of your ears.
Yeah.
But yes.
I believe we call them grinders.
I think Knocked was pretty cool.
What about Grinder? What? What, Lo?
What?
He said Grinder. I don't know.
No, I said Not the Devil, the one that was written by Leonardo Romero, was the best one to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, was that the hold on, I'm flipping through here. I like that middle story with like the mob and the little girl.
Oh yeah, very John Wick.
Yes. But yeah, oh no, I'm here for the rest of it. I mean, and that cover for next one looks, look at that. Beautiful.
I hope they make a poster.
Yes.
Like they make the She-Hulk. If you find the She-Hulk poster, I will pay shipping. Again, reminder.
What, for the new
series? I think it's next week. If it wasn't out this week.
For the new series?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, is number 1 out next week? So it wasn't out this week, so.
Okay, yeah. Well, the poster's posted, they just said January. You know how that goes.
Oh, okay, but I thought number 1 was
freakies.
supposed to be out this month too, so.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff, man, and shipping
yeah,
schedules are
definitely
crazy.
If you haven't picked up that calendar, try to find one. It's a lot of stuff to remind you for anniversaries. You know, the Marvel calendar.
Oh yeah, the free in the shops. Yeah, I got mine.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't get mine.
I get mine every year.
I always get mine. I guess they took me off the damn card.
Ask them.
I'm gonna yell at them. Where's my Marvel calendar?
We trying to small business owners.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to give Charlie S her choice. Are we doing this here or on Super Connectivity?
Which one? Oh, we can do it on Super
I
Connectivity.
can say that for Super Connectivity.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. That's first off, it's auto. And Phil, it's 59 minutes and 34 seconds already. I don't have time to go into everything that's in that one book in this. I don't want us to run long, Phil.
Spoilers,
I think we should
spoilers,
keep
kids.
this stuff.
This is going to be half of Super Connectivity right here.
Ah, 3/4.
It's gonna be. Well,
I
no,
expect no less, Mr. Esser.
We're talking Mockingbird,
Well,
and that lady has a lot of history.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Half is going to be Mockingbird, and half is going to be Amazing Spider-Man 84.
We haven't even talked Elvira meets Vincent Price yet.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
No, man, we gotta cut this. End the show.
Where are you looking?
Go to the next. Phil, you can't run these things too long.
Saying.
Oh.
People get bored. They never get to the end. They don't hear how they can get their Patreon links.
Damn, Charlie
Philip?
Esser, cracking the whip. Who are you, Lil Hellfire? Yeah. All right, kids. So, by popular demand, we're ending the show right now. All right, so send us your thoughts. By 2/3, the majority.
I love it here.
We're ending the show. Yes, petty. All right. Anyway, so yeah, send your thoughts on the CW buyout, the new comics. Hell, you're gonna every Batman issue coming out next week. Send us your thoughts. Email us capes. Suck it, Ray. Anyway, email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-capes. And remember, you can follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Find links to all the various social medias for all the shows we do on the Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics sidekicks. Look at those fancy new headers on every social media that went up this week. So yeah, find links to all those. Links to this YouTube channel. You think Charlie Esser has a pretty voice? Wait till you see his face. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch that. Oh, like a chia pet, man. Watch that stash grow through the year.
Chia.
Chia pet Charlie.
No.
We need that.
Just the face mode of some chia seed.
I was debating cutting the hair off again, and my wife said, I kind of like it when you have hair. I'm like,
oh!
Now I gotta grow the hair.
All right. So yes, please subscribe to the YouTube. Most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're on our own Tony Stark. Rob Southgate has snapped his fingers, so it's us on our own, just like Peter Parker. So yes, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, creator interviews. Mr. DG Chichester is there every month. And of course, if you want to know how these superhero movie brackets are going to play themselves out, you have to subscribe to the Patreon. Like our loyal patrons right now, Ray, Russell, and Justin, who's right there. Join me in the Patreon elite. Thank you, Justin. Yes. That's what I like, a team player. All right.
Yes. Very good.
Yes. Pander to us. All right. So, yeah. So, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon or pick yourself up with Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch You can find everything I just mentioned all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capes and lunatics. All right, Lil Hellfire, where can the people find you? Yes, I know, everything's in the show notes. Oh, wait.
You kids want to... Oh, what?
No, I was going to say, remember the Blue Chew. Blue Chew, please sponsor us.
Duh. If it's good enough for Joe Rogan, it's good enough for me.
There we go. Bing. All right.
Could have waited till I was done, but whatever.
Hey, there's a drop.
You can find me on Twitter at Lil Hellfire, on Instagram at Lil Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok at Lil Hellfire69. Blue Chew, sponsor us! Somebody was trying to sneak it in. Bigger is better. And shut your filthy mouth.
Charlie Esser.
I'm just going to say there's lots of testosterone replacement products on the market. We would be happy to take any of your money. But if you would like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our mothers and fathers once did, do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. I lost my train of thought. And if you'd like to follow me on the Twitter when I live tweet things when I feel like it, which I may do someday again when things are interesting and new, you can do so at CHARLIESSER. Look for the two E's in the middles.
For quality. Bing!
Thank you, Maz.
That's Maz Mansour!
Don't you know his name?
Put some love on that name.
Come full circle. We start with Maz, we end with Maz.
As all things should.
Hey, well. Alright, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
I would say if it was super connected, but that's the next show.
Anyway, for another week, that's right, Lil Hellfire, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics?
I guess.
And thank you for joining us in the chat room, Justin. Any of you listening, if you watch us live, you can join us in the chat room.
Hey, and you know when it's live?
Nobody's got time to go to 8 o'clock on a Friday night. They're all living their lives.
We do how many shows through the week? It doesn't have to be this show, Lil. We do many shows.
Yeah, and I'm going to...
You can't do it at 10 a.m.
interact. No, but, then they can call in. If they want to interact beforehand, they
True.
can call in.
Feedback.
Yeah, see?
Feed our backs.
Oh, don't forget, Naomi, Tuesday on the CW, I guess.
I guess I'll live tweet that.
And we back.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. It's time to get your Khonshu on.